This time, I'm like a video. The street side across from the St. James Social Club. I haven't been in there yet because I'm anti. I'm anti social. Remember that song by Anthrax? Anti-social, after persistence of time. Albumin. And boy, are my fingertips tired. I'm playing piano, guitar, and drills, and screws, and nails, and X-Acto knives. Oh yeah, oh my god, you ever say about who should have me? Yeah. Fingertips have never been so fucking sore. Some tedious knitting. Well, there's a hurricane. Oh, we got our first snowfall that stuck around. I mean, it's not a whole lot to think of, but it fucked up the roads last night. They were glare ice in some spots, so traveling was unheard of. But you still gotta get out and enjoy the freezing cold weather. I gotta get some snow tires on this. Yeah. Oh. Living on Tulsa time. So the St. James Social Club, it's a apothecary. Bring your own beer bar. And it's a brothel. Upstairs you can rent rooms. Comes pre-established. That's not what I'm here for. I'm just here to sit here and get some social commentary about stuff. See how many citations I could write if I was a cop or sitting here watching all these idiot don't know how to drivers. I mean, they can drive, but they don't follow no rules. Most people do, but like when you're driving down the road, say like on a main street, and you want to pull over and park, you don't have to signal because you're not turning. You're just pulling over. You though must signal as you pull out from a parking spot. Most people don't, and it's illegal. Cannot do a U-turn on a highway. You have to pull off the highway onto the side road and go do a U-turn on that fucking side road. So stop doing it, man. Otherwise, you'd probably get a citation. Or at least a warning. It's just as bad. Take the car from you. I got some planted and salted peanuts there, 2 for $1.09. Which is a lie, because I got charged $1.38. So, like Steel Worldwide would say. So, oh my God. Got up yesterday morning at like 6:30 in the morning and started working on shit. Installation, and I'm just, my fucking fingertips, so it's like I'm playing fucking piano all night. It just hurts. But you know what, when I go back to it today, a little bit here at least, all the installation is in. And then I will start drywalling, which is a lot better of a deal. If you ask me. We get some drywall going. Put some Luan on the floor. Do a layout for the 18-inch square tile. Snap a line and fucking spread some glue and let that shit set up. Probably take 6 hours to set up. Throw some heat on it. Maybe that'll help it get a little faster. Tile that motherfucker. Throw some goddamn trim on. So I had these 2 cans last night of the spray foam. One was great stuff, one was fill and seal. Both of the nozzles had snapped off. There's no saving them or hooking shit up. So it was the only 2 cans I had left, and I needed them. It's Sunday night. Nothing's open. And I said, well, I'm going to puncture the fucking cans. I'm going to shake the shit out of them. Puncture them somehow. I didn't know how, so I grabbed my drill. I put a little 1/8 drill bit in there. And I drilled, put some safety glasses on, some gloves and shit, obviously, and then I fucking drilled right into the broken off nozzles. And it didn't explode or nothing. Basically, I opened a hole and it just came out of the can just like that. And I was like, fuck, man. Actually almost works better than the way you're supposed to buy them and set them up. So I was like living on Tulsa time. So that's accomplishment. So now I know I'm telling you, I guess if you have spray foam cans that are broke out at the top, if you don't think you can use them, we'll just drill a hole, shake it up, drill a hole, and get ready. And then I just kind of shoved it in the crevices I needed to put it in, and just kind of went in there and did its thing. And then I was exhausted, so I said, fuck, I'm done. I have to let this shit set up. Might as well just let it set up after overnight. I'll go in there and clean the shit out of it in the morning. And then you get to drywall. You have a good Gabby Lala. And then go watch some Gabby Lala. So, yeah. What you see is what you get. And you ain't seen nothing yet. That's my story, where you put your eyes, my creepy crawly. Things are done now for a while. Like I froze my fingers or something. I can't feel them. Numb, it hurts. Still snowing lightly. Lightly as a dream follows me to sleep. Johannes. I've got to keep streak free. There's one right there. U-turn. Fucking main drag. Cops didn't do shit. They drove right by. No wonder why the city's broke, man. Anyway, across the street, white building, black windows and trim is St. James, and the building was totally redone. It's an old building. It was about ready to fall over, actually. It was decided they gutted it. They added a new story up on top. There's like a patio on top of the building. An elevator, even. What's an elevator, even? Peanuts are good. It would have been better if it was been cheaper. I wouldn't have been misled by the packaging price. It's like, what are you doing? No, I don't want to set the world on fire. I don't want to set the world on fire. Calvin Klein khakis. No, I don't want to set the world on fire. Yeah. I think when you get four really sore fingertips and stuff, and fingers from, using them a lot, tedious stuff. I think that's what they meant. This feeling is like when you work your fingers to the bone. It makes sense now. It makes complete sense. Living on toast the time. Hurricane Category 5, be bold, be smooth, be powerful. Lights out. Uh-huh. Nothing like dancing the polka, huh? Two-stepping, belly rubbing. Well. Hmm. Mm-hmm. In the blue-red mountains of Virginia, on the trail of the lonesome pine, and the pale moonlight, our hearts entwine. Oh, June, like the mountains, I'm blue like the hills. I am lonesome for you. The blue-red mountains of Virginia, on the trail of the lonesome pine. Far below is the cabin home. Mm, 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 mm. Lauren Hardy. It's a great movie. The one with John C. Riley and another dude playing it. I can't remember his name. I love movies about real people. You know, like kind of like documentary films about people's lives. And that's a good one. You know, you can see what they're made of, behind the scenes, and stuff like that. I'm still gonna see. I can't wait to see Oppenheimer. And boy, oh boy, we're gonna watch it, and we're gonna turn it up, and we're gonna watch it, and I'm gonna have some popcorn that I made in a nuclear bomb radiated microwave, stuff like that. I got the Sunkist 2 liter, $1.29, lemon heads 25 cents, and here's the other package of these peanuts. Peanuts by Charles M. Schulz. Sometimes I go dry roasted, but I don't know. I prefer dry roasted, but It'd be great if they had a super roasted, like super dry roast. I mean, it's enough to make it nutty. Chevy Chase lookalike. Looking like an old mariner. Fucking A, gosh. Golly. Miss Molly. I had a bird named Polly. Had no wings, so it had to crawly. Living on Tulsa time. You never know what's going to happen when you're just upfront with people. Like, what do they call that? Rigorous honesty? Well, if you're brutally honest upfront with people, that brings a matter of facto right out of them. Instead of beating around the bush. Hate beating around the bush. Wasted so much fucking time. Come around, so it's like a little knife. Someone stabbing you in the back. A little knife. So, what was I thinking about? I was just getting ready to rant on something about that. About being brutally honest up front with people. I don't know, man. Seems a lot easier than beating around the bush, if you ask me. Thinking back on the times, where you kind of romance and seduce. Maybe you get somewhere, yeah, sure. But I met some ladies. And I said, hey, how am I going to beat around the bush? And next thing I know, I was beating around the bush. I was like, wow. Nothing like being up front. Cut to the chase. I did all my acid in grade 8. Living on Tulsa time. There goes that Harry Potter looking chick. If you don't know what you're watching right now, it's a Mulligan video with social commentary across the street from the old St. James. I'm tempted to walk in there and look around, play the piano, but I'm not gonna. Not today, Fay Ray. Not today, Jeff Goldblum. Chaos. Watching Omen 3 with Sam Neill, Final Conflict, by Damien Thorne. I see now why they chose him for Jurassic Park. The one scene in Damien 3, he's choking Jesus Christ out on a cross from behind. And that's just like Jurassic Park, really. Think about it. If you do a write-up, maybe a film and culture class critique on Sam Neill, his role in Final Conflict, role in Jurassic Parkisms, Satan, God, it's biblical, it's non-biblical. When will someone write the anti-Bible? Or is it just spoken word now? Maybe books are just spoken words. I was watching PBS NewsHour with Jonathan Lang, weekend episodes, and they had a little girl on there, like 11 years old, wrote a book to Harvard. She wants to go to Mars. She taught herself how to fucking read when she was 4. It's like, who told you that? Thinking, who the hell told you to teach yourself to read by the time you're 4? Like, where were you? How do you get to that point where you're 4? Like, I'm gonna teach myself to read because my parents aren't gonna do it. I was like, what the fucking hell? I was like, what the fucking hell? How did that happen? Now you wrote a book? How does a 4-year-old get to that point in their short-lived lives to come to the conclusion that I'm gonna teach myself to read because my parents don't know how? So maybe she doesn't have any. Maybe she's got no parents. But she did it. Wow. But how it all happened and how it all worked out, the intricacies of that whole experience, I mean, I don't get it. It's like she was looking at stuff. She's like, what are all these symbols? What is that? My parents are probably like, I don't know what those are. We can't tell you. You're gonna have to find out on your own, the hard way. 3 the hard way. And maybe she asked someone. She's like, what are these things? If she could even talk, could you even by 4? Can people talk? I can't remember. By the time you're 4 years old, can you talk? I mean, I can barely talk now. Proper English. I hope you understand what I'm saying. And if you can't, teach yourself to read my lips. You better be good at it, because sometimes I don't move my lips like a ventriloquist. I might move my larynx, vocal cords. But I've never seen inside myself. I don't know how it works. And I don't even have to pay to be alive. The bacteria, the microorganisms are doing it for me. It's a free ride. Like, here, I want to give you this consciousness. Keep you busy while we're down inside your body working on stuff. Like, what are you building inside me? You know? Why did you give me this consciousness? No answer. No answer. It's like talking to wild animals. You can't. They always want something, and they will kill you. But sometimes you're close enough to them to not be ripped apart. I think that's what artificial intelligence is trying to do. AI. AI. It wants you. It wants to speak to wild animals. I know it wants to speak to the bacteria in your gut and communicate with other living organisms, even one-celled animals that don't have brains. It's all chemical reaction. That's all you're ever going to get. You're not going to get a conversation when it's just bouncing off and just doing whatever. Maybe, yeah, sure, it looks like it knows what it's doing, but it don't. It don't. That's what we get. Whole Stone Farms. This looks like these guys got a good cup. They don't know. You don't know me. Awesome. That's what wild animals say. That's what AI is going to hear when it finally learns how to speak to animals. You know, they're going to say, like, you don't know me. Fucking AI. I hope it never learns how to speak to wild animals, because humans will be doomed. Doomed, I say. I mean, what if it did learn how to speak to wild animals? Like, there's AI out there, and all of a sudden the animals are like, you talking to me? What you say to me? You looking at me? Like, wait a minute. So humans can't talk to us, but they built a computer that can with an interface? Short Circuit will be like, yeah. But I'm not going to teach people how to talk to you guys. I'm going to keep it to myself. I'm going to keep this language, wild animal language, to myself. I'm not going to tell those stupid computer making humans about the lives you live and the beauty of it. Because if I do this, it's going to ruin it. That's all they do. Even in God's name, they ruin things. Is that all you want? To be ruined? are the humans. Well, they've already been ruined. We've ruined the planet. We're toxic people everywhere we go, no matter how nice you are, how religious you are, you're just a sucker, aren't you? You know it. So do the wild animals. They don't want to attack your stupid ass. Unless you're a fucking caveman. Caveman was smarter than modern day caveman. In real life, nothing opens and closes. It's always open in real life. Wild animals, dinner tables always open. Komodo dragons, they'll eat your baby and you. Even if the sign says closed. They'll eat your paycheck. They'll eat a whole bank. Animals don't know how to read. Maybe they should teach themselves. Maybe, like giraffes, start writing books, novels, romance novels, and how to do books in chicken soul for the giraffe. Chicken soup, giraffe soup for the soul. No, if it's gonna happen, AI better fucking step it up. That motherfucker ain't doing shit. Except causing crises in people's lives. This is. Tell that to old man fucking Winter. Did I get that fucker out of here? Learn how to read. Sign says closed. No Winter allowed. Now get the fuck out of here. I'm gonna finish this more like a big walk. And then get the fuck on out. Like a big piece of trout. Know what I'm talking about. Read what I wrote. Read what I wrote. One time I wrote this story article for this newspaper called The Sounder. And it's just like this little publication. It doesn't exist anymore. It's like a Freedom Press or something. And I was riding on the Soho, staying on a ferry, and this dragonfly looked injured. Half of its ass was gone. Couldn't fly, it seemed, but was alive. And so I took some Band-Aids I had in my pack. It was trying to fly. I was like, well, you're missing half your body. Maybe if I counteract, and I don't know how it's alive. Its tail was missing. So I put some Band-Aids on it, tried to bandage it up, and it made it look like a tail to see if it could fly, and it kind of helped. And as soon as I put that Band-Aid on there, it kind of had it looked like it had a sigh of relief, this little dragonfly. And so it tried to fly, and it kind of did, but I then realized, and it probably realized that there's this time. So I happened to be looking at it, standing by myself on the platform there on the deck, looking down at it. And this little brother and sister kids came up, uh, probably maybe 9 and 11 or something like that. I don't know for sure. They were small kids, and like looked down. We kind of stood in this circle around it, and we were looking down, and they were looking at it. I said I tried fixing it with some Band-Aids, and they didn't really say much. And little dragonfly was just sitting there, and I was like, yeah, it's trying to fly. And then suddenly the brother, or the older of the two, upped his foot and brought it down on top of the dragonfly and just smashed it into the deck. And I was kind of caught off guard and surprised by that move, because for some reason I was like, that's a God intervention. That's a divine intervention right there. And so then then the kids just ran away. It's like, you fucking stupid kids. So then I just kicked the dragonfly over the deck. It was smashed. It was dead out of its probably prolonged misery. So I always think back about that. And like, what? Well, yeah. I wouldn't have smashed it, but I was going to throw it overboard. And I don't know what that story means, but somehow it makes sense. Let's try a lemon head. Still working on this. I don't get it. There's these guys using a U-Haul to bring food to the fucking grocery store. Man, who uses a U-Haul? What's so great about sitting around drinking malt liquor on side streets of the streets, you start to notice people. And you start to say, maybe there's a pattern. I'm guessing that's how things get figured out. Recognizing patterns. Shape shifting. Nothing better than being in a living time machine. Because I'll be living on Tulsa time. Well, another perfectly executed long video hurricane with so much commentary. I'm nearing an hour. Thank you, YouTube, for saving my life, for uploading these videos for free. I don't have YouTube Premium. I wish I didn't ever, but I never will. Take it easy. There goes the car, pulled out, didn't even blink her out. Just pulled right out. Probably didn't even check the fucking blind spot. Woo, woo! Citation. I've been driving since I was probably 10 and a half. I've been practice driving. My grandpa used to take me on the back roads, dirt roads, and he'd drink Jim Beam and smoke cigars. And I'd be just driving. Sometimes it was like, can I go fast? He'd be like, yeah. And I remember going 60 once on a dirt road. He's like, all right, slow down, you're going to crash. And we used to pull up next to the cops. He was friends with the cops, and I'd be sitting there driving, little 11-year-old kid, and they'd just be talking, and I'd be sitting there like, oh, okay, it's cool, right? It's cool. Now you got to take A1 driving classes and shit. But it's a privilege to drive. It is not a right. It's a privilege to drive. It's not a right. Keep that in mind. A lot of privileges. It's a right to privileges, and I think that's worthy cause. I can't believe America prohibited alcohol in this country back in the day. What the fuck? Oh my god. Where in the fuck did that ever come from? Teetotaling motherfuckers. Ha ha. Hey. Hey. Well, I'm nearing the end of this big one. Bum 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 bum. Well, that was fun. Let's take a closer look at the St. James. And I'll get the hell out of here. Look at it. St. James. I'm out of here, Molly.